Take my box.
I don't want your fragile little box.
It's nice and tight.
Yes, we're doing this again, as my colleague's filthy remarks may have indicated. It's ironic because we're cleaning.
Well, I'm cleaning. What are you doing so far?
Well, I'm having a look around as per the usual.
Honestly,
Looks
all
like
you do is look around.
Oh, I found a big gaping hole.
Well,
Well, I shall leave this
so
mattress for now.
good God, there's a lot of mess in here.
Somebody made a mess in the toilet.
There's a big old mess here, Ben. Oh, there's an escape tunnel
Oh,
with some dead bodies in it.
oh, I didn't go
I'm
very
going
well
to
then,
turn to
did
the
it?
left.
Haha, that's a big tunnel. Yes. Well, yeah, we had our little break, didn't we?
We did,
Did it
and it
help?
went on longer than.
Yeah,
I always said I just needed
I
to spend
know.
a bit of time not doing the game.
I never said you
You know,
didn't.
I didn't have an issue with the game itself. It was just
Okay, so I'm beginning to piece this together, I think.
it's just the prison from Half Life Two.
You want to just look a bit like it. I think the gist is that they tried to dig their way out and something else dug its way in. Those bug things that I observed earlier. Yeah,
You know, you mean the ant lions?
they're not really ant lions, are they really?
Well, no, but that's what they were in Half Life Two, so that's what I'm going to call them. We need
Well,
to find the incinerator. Oh, there's an elevator. Is it down here? Oh, that's locked.
hmm. Yes. Well, we're doing this again,
Yeah, we are.
and we hope you
There's,
enjoy.
but also we don't really care.
Don't know why I'm cleaning that. I'm only going to make it messy soon enough.
Yeah, you talking about your butthole again?
No,
Oh, good, because you really should stop doing that whilst we're,
I
you know,
found
recording.
eggs that are
You know, this is a
moving.
surprisingly tidy prison room.
Is it?
I found my favorite room in the entire place. Where are you?
I'm right behind you. No, I'm not. That's a dead body. There you are.
Hello. This one. It's basically untouched.
So it is. Apart from my dirty
Oh my
footprints.
god, you can move the. Oh, I done fucked up the mattress. I
Oh.
goofed.
No, I'm sure I saw the furnace. I don't know whether you found it already.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Well, that bed's screwed.
There's a
Well, let's...
downstairs maintenancey bit as well, it seems. Ah, the lift.
Surprise, motherfucker! Hang on.
Bye. Fuck you.
Oh, wrong way. I didn't see the upstairs.
Some toys in here.
Well, I know you like toys in your prison.
Hmm.
Oh, you found a box. From Santa's workshop, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we're wandering around. I can't find this furnace to start burning
Okay.
shit.
I'm sure I
I found a
saw it.
box machine. That's down there. But
I'm
wow,
sure.
these places aren't designed for people to be cleaning up.
Well, someone's got to clean up, haven't they?
Oh God, you've not found the gun, have you? Sounds a lot like you just found the gun.
Maybe.
Okay,
Uh,
so I mean, until we find a furnace, there's fuck all I can actually do.
well, uh,
So I just, you know,
I'm sure I did see it.
well, this is. I'm sure this is riveting.
Yeah. Have you got any topics?
Yeah,
How many?
some. A number greater than one, but lesser than 75.
Oh, okay. So, okay, right. I found a note that has basically suggested that the government uses this place as a testing ground for these bug type things. They drop them in
Ah,
and let them run loose.
there's 2 furnaces, Ben,
Oh right.
in a very logical place. I can endorse this.
Where are
This
they?
is redeemed itself. Oh, in the maintenance area downstairs.
Okay,
I'm just clearing some space so we can use them proper.
that's the wrong way. Well, shall we have a topic?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay.
After you.
Well, all right then.
I assume you have topics.
Yeah, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. One of which is a connections round. So pretty thin on
Oh,
the
I'll save that one.
ground. Oh, there it is. Oh, look at this. Yeah, we didn't go in here, did we?
Nope, I definitely didn't go in here before this.
It's a pretty big body bag you just dumped in there. Maybe wait.
I mean, I can get some of the rubbish in.
Well, okay.
Well,
I'm taking this and I'm going to. Oh, a thing.
yeah, a bucket. Go on, come up with. Pick a topic off your list.
Okay. Do you hear about that actor?
Oh, that narrows it down.
Well, the actor
The
who.
one from The Office.
Yes,
Okay, yeah, I can't remember his name, but he likes Scotch eggs,
he played
and
big.
he's
Big.
he's an annoying prig.
He played Big Keith,
That's who he was.
and American
Big
viewers
Keith.
may know him as the prototype for Kevin on the
Oh, is
American.
that who the counterpart is?
That's the essential. They've all got. Well, I say all of them. A lot of them have counterparts.
Well, I figured that they would. It's just having not seen the American version yet.
No, really?
I figured. No, I've not got around to it. I've not got around to a lot of things that I intend to watch. It's just the way of having a busy life. I am busy a lot of the time.
I mean, most of the one of the main differences I think between the two versions, that most of the American, or most of the English side characters aren't, really made that much of a fuss of. I mean, they're there, they're in the background. Occasionally, they might say something. They may be named.
It's primarily about the handful of.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've talked about The Office and the differences between the American and the British one before, but
You have.
the gist is that the American one presents work as you know a second family, whereas the British one presents it as this place where you go where you sort of know all the people you work with, but not really. Which is
I
far
would say
more
that the
akin to
end
the
of
truth.
the British version sort of makes the whole family comment. Like the very end of it, like one of the last things that they say.
What were they doing?
Can't remember.
They're doing the photo.
I can't remember what the wording is, but there's this whole thing about how they spend all that time with them, and in a way that's sort of like a. I can't remember wording, but I always got the impression that towards the end it was very much that sort of a vibe.
Well, I think the argument is much stronger with the American one, to be honest. I don't
Oh,
think.
I can imagine it would be if you've managed to characterize them over however many seasons, as opposed to just two.
I think
But, you know,
that would be my my sort of summary of the difference between the two. Yeah, but he was a memorable minor character in that. Certainly one of, I would say, two, or three side characters, like background characters, really, that got something else to do other than, something else to do, really.
yeah, because he got to eat Scotch egg and
He
piss
had,
off
yes,
Martin Freeman.
well, he had his appraisal, didn't he?
Can't remember.
Do you remember that scene where they ask, what are your strengths? And he's put accounting, which is just his job. What are your weaknesses? And he puts eczema.
I'm gonna level it. I haven't seen it in about 8 years, maybe longer.
Well, it's a good thing I just described it then, isn't it?
It is. I just like you asked if I remember it. No, I don't remember an awful lot.
Okay.
I remember liking it, but I liked a lot of things last 8 years ago. Oh,
But
are you making a joke?
I wasn't making. I was laughing. I wasn't making a joke. But,
Okay.
but,
But
but,
yeah, he died.
oh yeah, I thought you said PA died. Yeah, he died. Yeah.
What the hell's PA?
That's why I questioned.
Pennsylvania? Is Pennsylvania dead, Ben?
Ah,
Is it? Because I don't know.
no. Well, my first thought was Lynn Benfield out of Alan Partridge.
Oh,
It was a very
it's not
quick
my
thought.
PA.
I know. I know.
I don't have a PA. Do you have a PA? Because I
No,
certainly don't.
golly, it's cold in here.
Oh, you need to put your heating on, sunshine.
It's not. Well, it's not a heating issue. It's a fucking hole in the wall issue.
Bring on the wall!
They should have fucking done it properly, but they didn't. I have a an apartment viewing on
Oh, really?
Friday, on tomorrow. Well, on tomorrow. Tomorrow I do.
Well, on tomorrow?
Yeah,
Good God.
at midday, and
That's a weird time for a viewing. Haven't
it's
you got food to eat?
well. I mean, I can do that any time of the day.
Damn right. I've seen you.
But yeah, it's my. Well, it's been my. My. I've had my eye on this place for a while, so I'm hoping it'll be good and that they can get the tenant out, and that everything will go swimmingly. But who fucking knows?
I wouldn't bet on it.
I wouldn't. Well, I'd like it to be mine, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I don't have to worry about any of that nonsense. I am set for life at the moment.
In a council flat.
Oh, yeah. Like, they're not going to kick me out, realistically, are they?
Oh,
It's very difficult for them to do so. Nor is there reason for them to do so, because I am A-OK.
Okay, but would you not like to?
I don't plan on staying here. It's just I am set for life. Just because I'm set for life doesn't mean I'm content.
Okay.
I have a place where theoretically I could live for the rest of my life.
Okay.
Is there anything at the end of this weird hole?
You've said that before, haven't you?
You know what? I tell you what, it does taper off, and I can see it lies at the end of that hole, but I can't get to it.
Well,
Oh, I'm gonna hate this one.
we don't have to finish it. We finished one and we didn't do particularly well on that, I seem to recall.
Yeah, it's true because we burned everything. We'll never make that mistake again. Ah, that's you.
Ah,
Well,
how many?
so go on.
How many topics do you have?
Well, I was about to do one of them, but you had a question.
I know, but I mean, you doing one of them would not have answered my question, would it?
Well, at least you know I'd have at least one less than I started with.
Okay, I don't know. All right, what's your? Come on, you prissy little princess. What's your topic?
Do you know whose birthday it is today?
Is it Hitler's?
No, that's sometime in April, isn't it?
You Nazi.
I want to say April 15th, but I only know that because it's in a TV show, and they're like, whose birth, like something about Hitler's birthday, and someone like immediately says it out, and they call him out for it.
I think I vaguely recall that.
Yeah, I feel like it's April 15th because of that. Oh, I got an achievement
I've
because of that.
gotten
Scene,
lost.
but I don't know when it is. I'm gonna Google it because if it's April 15th, I'm gonna feel like a Nazi. But I'm not a Nazi. Hitler's birthday.
It's not 420, is it?
Oh, thank God, it was a 20th. Oh, it is. It is 420. I'm sure there would be a very inappropriate joke there if anyone wanted to make it, but I'm not going to.
Right, I've gotten lost.
No, it's not. It's not Hitler's birthday.
Whose birthday is it? I'm pretty sure it's not mine.
No, it's not yours.
Okay.
If it was yours, we wouldn't be here, as we discussed last week.
No, we.
So I pay attention to our conversations. In retrospect,
What?
I remember what we talked about.
This looks promising.
No, it is, and you were never going to guess this, so I'm not going to hold it against you. It is the birthday kid's birthday from Hot Fuzz.
Oh yes, it is. I saw that on Reddit.
I saw that on Reddit, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to bring this up."
What's your birthday? 22nd of February. What year?
What year? Every year.
Every year.
I mean, of course, it would be his birthday if he hadn't been horribly killed by the Neighborhood Watch Association.
For the greater good.
For greater good.
Okay.
I swear, every time they say the words greater good in the entire film.
Yeah, they do. There's always a
I
repetition.
do. I checked it. I checked it ages ago. It's brilliant.
You killed him for his acting. Well, he murdered Bill Shakespeare. What? Oh. That's still my favourite joke, and he does it. He murdered Bill Shakespeare. What?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think one of my favourite things in that is the use of music. Because they play relevant songs, don't they?
Yeah.
After certain things. Specifically on the...
Well, they only really
What
do
is
it.
that cat doing?
They only really do it twice.
Yeah, but they do it. It's a repeated joke.
I mean, yeah.
Isn't it?
I mean, it's a great... it's sort of perfect Hot Fuzz, really, isn't it?
It is my favourite of the three.
It's the best of three, really, as far as I'm concerned. And I think many other people as well.
I think you'd have to be daft not to.
I can't really think of anything wrong with it.
Oh, there'll be something. Oh no, I broke some glass. Oh no, I broke some more glass. Right, I'm trucking some stuff down the elevator shaft.
Well, it's a bit bolder. You don't think I know where that is.
Well, it's just off the room that had the furnaces in it.
I keep going the wrong
What
way.
is that cat doing?
I don't bloody know.
Hey, get it!
Kitty cat.
You're not my mother. Can you guess what I had for my tea tonight?
Fajitas.
No.
Hot dogs.
Nope.
A tapeworm.
Nope.
2 tapeworms.
However, did you guess that I would double portion my tapeworms?
Well, you're a
I am just a greedy bastard.
greedy
at the end
bastard,
of the day, right?
aren't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
I just can't contain myself.
Greedy little piggy.
Wait, don't call me that.
Oh,
It's very mean.
I'm sorry. I meant it in an affectionate way.
Oh yeah, greedy little piggy.
Yeah. I'm a greedy
Well-
little piggy too.
You are. I've seen your Chinese order.
It's not my fault. It is my fault. I don't care. I love it.
No, and you shouldn't care.
Well,
The only person who can shame you for it is you, and sometimes me. You fat fuck.
well, I would like to return the favour. But I'm not going to, because I think you've been through enough in your life, and the last thing you need is me calling you obese.
You jelly-bellied rubber ball of lard, or whatever it is that they say in thingy.
So,
A Clockwork Orange.
right.
You know the scene.
Was it pizza?
No, it wasn't pizza.
What
It does start with a P though.
penis?
No.
Hee hee.
pervert.
Naughty.
You filthy pervert.
Naughty,
I
naughty,
can't believe
naughty.
you'd say something like that. Honestly,
Ah.
you know I don't eat penis for tea.
No, it's
It's a delicacy.
breakfast only thing, isn't it?
Damn right.
It's the best way to start the day.
Gobble gobble.
Was it a whole pinata?
How are you going to eat a pinata?
I don't know. I'm hoping to find out if that's the answer.
No, it's
That
not
was
an
going to be
answer.
my follow-up question.
Oh well, carefully, I would assume.
All right, go on, tell me.
Porridge.
Porridge? Yeah, fair enough.
Porridge.
I've eaten cereal for dinner on numerous occasions, and large amounts of toast too.
Yeah, well, I had a larger lunch than I have been having lately.
Yeah.
What with my trying to keep on top of things, like on top of what I'm putting in, I decided I'd just have some porridge because it was fine yesterday. I didn't need much more than that. Also, I got some little cake treat things from work, so I was reluctant to have anything too.
Nummy.
You know, like the cream slices. that you get, where
Oh.
you've got the little bits of pastry with the cream in between. And the icing on top.
Oh, I love those.
Well, I got 4 of them.
Oh.
But realistically, they needed to be eaten today because we weren't going to have time to eat them tomorrow.
No, what do
Which
you
meant I
mean?
had to eat 2 of them, really.
Not going to have time to... What the fuck are you talking about?
I've got a lot going on tomorrow.
All right,
Like,
multitask.
I've got a busy evening tomorrow, and I'm not going to be home tomorrow night. Why am I even explaining this to you? You don't need to know.
Well, it's okay. I don't need to know a lot of things you say. You still force them down my throat, so to speak.
Just like peanut. I mean, what?
Well,
Anyway, yeah. So I had two of them as well for tea. So I mean, I were 250 calories each. So I was like, oh, I can't eat these. And then I ended up getting some pies as well. I got some pies.
you
So it's
are.
like, well,
Are
I
you a
keep getting given
cartoon
these
fat
things.
person?
I think I am at this point. It's
Did
not
you?
only that, but
Were
like
you?
having.
Were you lured to them by a hand made of smoke, of scent,
No,
beckoning you
no.
towards them, and you floated towards them while they were sitting on a windowsill?
Although I did trade one pie for another.
Right.
I acquired an apple pie.
And what did you
This
trade
apple.
for it?
No, 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 no. I acquired an apple pie, and then
Right. You
shortly
trade.
afterwards, I acquired a second apple pie. So I traded one apple pie for a cherry pie.
Oh, I used to like cherry pie. It's been a long while since I had a cherry pie.
It's been a long time since I had a cherry pie. I've got one in my fridge. If only you were here, we could share it together. Or more accurately, I could watch you eat it, whilst I don't because I'm watching my figure.
Yeah.
Watching it fatten up again.
Would you
Because
get?
for some God knows why reason, it's just getting bigger. Even though I've put quite a notable amount of weight on since I started actively trying to lose weight. And apparently that's something that just happens. But it is a bit depressing. It's very demoralizing.
Do you love yourself?
I mean, too much, some people say.
Yeah.
You certainly seem to think so, and you don't even know about my jerking off habits.
I I think you find I probably all right.
No, because you see, you you realised that you were potentially opening yourself up to finding out.
Well, my first thought was you tell me about them all the time. My second thought was, well, he probably keeps the worst stuff, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. My third thought was, well, I can guess. My fourth thought was, no, I can't.
You really couldn't.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Let's just say, sometimes you just can't find enough hippos.
You know, that's the second time I've heard hippos referenced today.
Is
The,
it really?
the first time was just a comment made by a colleague who was speaking to another colleague across the room, and I just caught the word hippo.
Well,
Maybe it was the same context. I don't know.
it could well have been because I have it from good authority that one of your colleagues is in fact a part of the Hippo Association. If you catch my drift.
No.
No, I don't. I'm making it up as a guy. Along.
Oh right. I thought
Know
you
what's going on.
were slandering your colleague who came to join us. I thought, my God,
No,
what's this?
I do know other people in the world.
Yeah, but not people who work with me.
I'll have you know that there is this one person I know who apparently is a bit of an ass.
Is it me?
Ah, you know.
He's funny, isn't he, listeners? You know, I was watching. I want to just mention something to taper off your food discussion.
Okay.
When you said you ate porridge, I think it's important to know, boys and girls and others watching, you can eat breakfast food for dinner. You
Absolutely.
can do that. It's fine. I've done it before. It's quick and it's great and it's filling. I eat toast
And this
some
this is
nights.
the porridge. This is the porridge stuff that you get a little pot, like you do it like a pot
Yeah,
noodle. So
there are no
5 10
rules.
minutes, job done.
As long if you're hungry, eat something. Better if it's healthy, obviously, but or at least not massively unhealthy. But you can eat a sandwich for dinner. You don't have to
Yeah.
cook. So yeah. I was gonna say something. What were you were talking about? How I'm an asshole. No, I've lost it.
Oh, this is where we
Uh,
are. We got another follower.
oh, that's what I was gonna say. Sorry. um. Okay, I'm gonna say it now so I remember and you can remind me. Remind me to talk about Let's Drown Out.
Okay.
Okay, go on.
I'll just write that down. I mean, you could always write it down.
Can't be asked.
Oh, so making my fucking job, eh?
Yeah.
Let's drown out. Brackets, don't mention.
Go on then, who's our new sucker?
I don't know. It didn't tell me. We went from 38 to 39. So congratulations, lucky number 39. And we're going to do a little competition. Whoever gets us to number 50 gets a special mention.
Start asking questions. That's something
Yeah,
I'd like. Just
just
fucking ask us. 'Cause-
anything. Do you know how hard it is coming up with topics every week? You've heard these conversations stagnate. We don't have interesting lives,
We do
either
our
of us.
best, and so I find them interesting. But for fuck's sake, we can only do so much. I was watching Let's Drown Out, which, as you may know, is the series I think you would like. Which is
Hang on a minute. Do I still need to mention it later?
no, I'm mentioning it now.
All right, fine. Let me cross off the list.
Okay, Yahtzee
I only
Crusher,
wrote it down because you wanted to do it later.
Yahtzee Crusher, and his friend Gabriel Morton. It's very well. I have to say this is partially inspired by it. They play video games and talk over them. I think they pre-record them and then watch it while just having a chat basically. And I was watching their playthrough of Resident Evil.
Which one?
4.
Okay, remake or original?
The original.
Carry on.
Yeah, I was watching that, and they got a lot of questions, and and I felt a pang of jealousy because they were quite big when they were doing that. Those were popular for like hundreds of thousands of views, and they got questions.
Oh, I thought you were talking about how he's letting himself go a bit.
No,
Okay.
has he?
Awkward. Have you seen him recently?
No.
Like proper recently? He does sort of live stream things sometimes on Second Wind,
Yeah.
and he's bigger than I remember.
Oh right.
But I mean, he plays video games for a living.
Well, yes. I mean, when he lived in Australia, he did rock climbing. I know that
He still
much.
lives in Australia.
No, he doesn't.
I guarantee you, he's always going on about how much it costs.
Yeah, because he
To
fucking.
buy stuff.
We've had this discussion before. No, he. Okay, so Let's Drown Out ended because he moved to San Francisco. That's why it ended.
I got the impression fairly recently that he was still in Australia. I don't
No,
know what it was he said, but he said something, and it gave me the impression that he's still in Australia.
well, I assure you, he lives in San Francisco. If he talks about Australian game prices, it's only because he lived in Australia for a lengthy period of time and he was working for the Escapist and he knows about game prices. But I assure you, he lives in.
I tell you what,
in San Francisco.
digital downloads should eliminate the Australian price issue.
Right.
Because it's not like people need to ship out actual physical copies for a digital download. It should be considerably cheaper. And that's where the scam is when it comes to digital downloads. You're saving them money, but it's not saving you anything.
Well, I have a colleague who has gone on this Kindle rant many times, where he's basically said that when the Kindle was introduced, it was done so as a much cheaper alternative to books, because it was a virtual thing. It eliminated all the costs to the publisher. Really, you had your intellectual property, whatever, but you didn't have to publish anything. You didn't, all of that stuff. There was no hard thing, no printing costs, no binding costs, etc.
You don't have to worry about a ink shortage in Stockholm.
No, which plays on my mind frequently. But he he said he knew when it was come out exactly what would happen, that it would start off cheap and then eventually shoot up in price, and lo and behold, it did.
It's like how they've invented cable again, isn't it?
Yeah, that's stupid, which is just going to lead to internet piracy taking off again.
Yeah, but I mean, I keep seeing people saying, "Well, I might as well start pirating."
Well, I think one of the justifications for that is the fact that because essentially what we're moving towards is that you don't really own anything.
No,
that
that
you
is
get
something
on
that
the
scares the hell out of me when it comes to my Steam account with however many
yeah,
fucking
you get
games
a
I
yearly
quote unquote
subscription to these things, and that can be taken away at any time, and nothing's on there forever.
If for some god knows why reason I get banned from Steam,
yeah,
like it shouldn't happen because I'm not one
gotta
of those
fuck
people.
this up, isn't it?
It's oh yeah, not only that. Well, I just get a second account, but the trouble is, I would lose every single game that I've got. And again, we're talking about 1,500 games.
Well, I mean, the argument is that it's about cultural preservation, because
Well, yeah.
as we talked about with Acme versus Coyote versus Acme, I think it was.
Mm.
There's a lot of films being made at the minute that are just being shelved for tax reasons, it seems. Um, so one of the justifications is pirate it, so our cultural legacy can survive.
Mm.
I mean, it may be a shit film, but it doesn't matter. People put effort into it. You know,
Yeah.
it still deserves to exist. Like Doug Walker is fond of saying, every film is a little miracle because they're so fucking difficult to get off the ground and see through to completion, even the really shitty ones.
Not wrong. I I had something I was going to say on this. No, I can't remember now.
Uh,
No, those games that I bought the other day,
yeah,
that we talked about, from my youth.
youth,
Yep, from my youth.
youth for
Uh,
Joyce. Yeah.
I can't remember what I was going to say now.
Do you
Yeah,
know
I
who-
bought them because I could, right? But
Yeah,
if I couldn't buy them, I would have fucking bought the hell out of them. There
allegedly.
was a there was a don't fucking I would have just done it. Yeah, half fiddle dee.
It's an actor's life for me. Yes.
So anyway, yeah, I'd have absolutely pirated them if I had to get a hold of them. But there was a legitimate way I could buy them,
Well, yeah.
download them, and play them. I have started playing the second one just to make sure it works. It does. There is an issue that it's going to make recording somewhat complicated.
You just throw
Would you like to
chunks
know
at
it?
me.
I didn't know you were there, but yes, I've been moving them out the tunnel and taking them downstairs, so they're easier to move around.
Go on, what's your issue?
My issue is that I can't control the cutscene volume.
Right, that sounds like an issue.
It is an issue.
Right.
I can't do anything about the cutscene volume, which means that no matter what we do, well, actually no, I think there is something I can probably do: turn all my sound down and turn everything else off.
You could just mute the game.
You can't just mute the game.
You can.
You need to hear the game, Ben. Do you know why you need to hear the game?
I don't know.
Because it's got the actual voice cast.
What's the game?
It's for Star Trek one.
Oh, cool.
It's like they got Kate Mulgrew and Tim Russ and all those people.
See, I liked Kate Mulgrew until I found out she was a Republican.
You don't have to like them.
No.
You don't have to hate them.
I mean,
You just have to acknowledge they exist.
I mean, it's like the old Pokemon games. Like you cannot get those anymore. There's a reason why the GBA cartridges are so expensive.
Hmm?
You know, if Nintendo released its old catalog on the Switch, which I've heard they can't do because of graphical stuff, but I'm not sure I believe
You can
that.
do it. I mean, if people are able to emulate it,
Yeah,
which they are able to do,
yeah.
then they can fucking do it. They're being lazy, but it's not cost effective for them. It's the issue here.
No, of course not. It would. They have calculated that it will take more time and effort to put these out, and it would take away
Well,
from.
it's
And
not even
it will take away
necessarily.
from effort and time that they could put into a new game, and it may not. I guess they've done the chart says no, which I think is bullshit because people
I
would
should
fucking
think
snap those up.
realistically. I should think realistically. What happens is it comes up in conversation at corporate or whatever the fuck you want to call it, and the amount of money they project to get is not a big enough amount of money to justify doing it, even though it wouldn't actually cost them all that much to do.
That's probably it. To be honest, I mean
They would make money. It's just not enough money.
they would make a fortune.
Yeah, no, but I mean, it's Nintendo, isn't it?
I know. I mean, yeah, it has to be a considerable fortune for it to.
Nintendo were around when Jack the Ripper was killing people.
I know.
You know.
Oh,
but that is true, isn't it?
It is.
I felt like that was true, but I wasn't 100%. I got it right.
I'm sure it is. They made like playing cards or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
He could have bought playing cards
with naked ladies on.
He could have bought playing cards from Nintendo and drank a Diet Coke or a Coca-Cola. Could Jack
and befriended a samurai.
Yes, yes, that's the thing. A samurai could have sent a fax to Abraham Lincoln.
Scary stuff. Imagine how much history would have been changed if Abraham Lincoln gets a fax from a samurai saying, "Don't go to the opera."
It wasn't the opera.
So he goes to the theatre instead.
Oh, very good. You clutched victory from the jaws of defeat there.
I did.
Do you know what play he was seeing?
No, but I know it had John Wilkes Booth's brother in it.
Oh well, okay. You've heard a fact there at some point. Well, you've heard several facts and you sort of misremembered them and combined them into one
I
incorrect
mean,
thing.
this is one of those things from a long time ago that I heard. I hear information every single day of my life, and it's mostly bullshit info.
So John Wilkes Booth's brother was called Robert, and he was a very famous actor, as was John Wilkes Booth. Someone compared it to
The Hemsworths.
yeah, the Hemsworths. It's basically that sort of situation. Essentially, Robert Wilkes Booth saved Lincoln's son. I think he like almost fell in front of train tracks or something. I don't know. It's something like that. But
Hmm.
um, Robert Wilkes Booth was not in the play and hadn't been in the play, to the best of my knowledge. But John Wilkes Booth had. The play was called My American Cousin, and it's a comedy. And it's important that John Wilkes Booth had been in the play because he knew when the biggest laugh was, and he timed the assassination to coincide with the biggest laugh, so that the laughter would cover up the sound of the gunshot.
And then he went and missed.
And then he immediately jumped on stage, broke his fucking ankle, and went
Yelled something.
Sic Semper Tyrannis, he said, and then
That's
he
it.
sort of hobbled off and died in a barn fire or a gunfire outside of a barn fire or something. Are you?
Didn't he hide in a warehouse?
Yeah, it was a warehouse or a barn or something like that.
Because he hid in a warehouse, and Lee Harvey Oswald hid in a theater.
Is that one of those things where it's like
It's just one of those ridiculous things about the Lincoln and the Kennedy assassinations. Yeah, I saw it in one of those things where people keep comparing them and like, oh well, this is crazy because he was at a Ford Lincoln.
Yeah, that may or may not be true.
Ford Theatre,
A lot
Ford
of those
Lincoln,
things,
all
yeah.
that nonsense.
I was going to say something.
Would you ever assassinate someone?
Probably not.
Allegedly.
I was going to say something and I've forgotten. It's really fucking annoying when that happens.
All right, I'll stop talking.
What were we talking about? We were talking about
John Wilkes Booth.
John Wilkes Booth. We were talking about.
Did you ever watch Timeless?
The assassination of Abraham Lincoln. Oh, I know. We'll come on to Timeless.
I hope so.
Have you seen that clip online of the game show in the 50s? With the it's What's My Line is the game show. The gist is they bring on a guest, and panelists have to guess who they are and what they're famous for, right? And this old man comes on, and they show a caption to the audience and the viewers at home so they know. I think the panel is blindfolded at this point. And this old man, he's like in his 90s, and his famous fact was that he was a witness to the Lincoln assassination. As a boy, he had been in Ford's Theatre and seen it happen. But it's one of those things that reminds you just how short American history is. Like, did you know the last person claiming a Civil War pension died in 2020?
Yeah, some of the
they were like they were the daughter of a Civil War veteran. You get a lot of these young women as well marrying elderly Civil War veterans. So you got a guy who fought.
I don't know why.
Well, it's for the pension.
Well, no, I was being sarcastic.
Well, yeah.
I don't know why.
You get this guy who fought in the Civil War when they were like 14.
And
then you get this, when they're like 80. I heard a story, I think this woman died in like 2016 or something, or maybe later. She had been like helping out this old guy, and he didn't really have anything to give her. And he said, "Look, let's get married, and then when I die, you can have my pension. It'll be your reward for helping me out." It's
a ridiculous way of doing it, pension-wise, isn't it? You'd think there'd have to be some sort of.
Well, I suppose you don't really expect it to continue like 150 odd years after the fact. Sort of
well, no, I suppose
all of these people will be dead in 40 or 50 years.
And then all of a sudden,
all their spouses, and I think the daughter was like an exception to the rule. I don't know. I can't remember. I think she was like of really limited means or disabled or something, or something like that.
Just like Roy from IT Crowd.
So, what were turning point? What was it? Trigger point. Timeless. What's that then, eh?
It's a sci-fi about time travel with basically the premise is that some scientists have made a time machine but it gets stolen. Bum bum
Oh
bum.
no.
And they happen to have the first time machine,
Yeah.
like the one that they made first to make sure that they could make it work, and then the one that's been stolen is the fancy one.
Yeah.
And they send a bunch of people out to try and recover the original one. So they've got like the one guy who knows how to fly it that's still around, and they've got
Like a
a
historian
history
over.
nerd,
Yeah.
and they've got a soldier because they might have to kill people.
Well, yeah. Is that the one
Um,
with the Lone Ranger? Not the Lone
uh,
Ranger. The black sheriff or the black gunslinger.
Maybe
I've
I
seen
don't
that
know.
clip where they meet. I can't remember who he is. He's like a
They've got.
historical
I think
figure.
there is. I think there is one, and
Yeah.
they go and they hunt down someone together.
Cool.
But it's got you never guess who's in it in the show.
What sort of point it's asking me then, isn't it?
Alan Johnson.
Oh.
He's in it as the guy that runs the company that's had the
Well, of course he fucking
time machine
runs.
stolen because he's British and it's an American show, so they've got him in. He's in the new Wonka film.
Yeah, I think I heard that, along with Olivia Colman and Hugh Grant and Timothy Chalamet.
Like I can understand the last three being in it, but like the fact that he's in it is just crazy to me. I don't know why. I don't think of him as being the same sort of caliber of actor.
Well, he's
like nothing wrong with him.
No,
as an actor, but I just don't equate him to that level of.
He's a Shakespearean. He's like classically trained. He's in an episode
I know,
of Hustle
in
as
my
well.
Head,
I know he's
all
not
the
like
stuff
Hollywood.
I see of him is.
I know what you mean, but no, he's classically trained. He was in an episode of Hustle. He played. I think he played Anthony. I think he played Anthony in Anthony and Cleopatra, because there's a documentary on Channel 5, which is The Last Days of Julius Caesar, and he's one of the talking heads on it.
He was in a Christopher Eccleston episode of Doctor Who.
Yes, he was. He played the guy who won The Weakest Link, didn't he?
Roderick or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did. He won The Weakest Link.
Was that?
And then he got killed by a Dalek.
I vaguely remember ages ago you asked me a question to which Roderick was the answer. On not one of these videos, but while we were playing one of these games before we were recording, and I can't remember. I just remember that I was very pleased with myself that I got it.
I can't remember.
No, I can't.
I demonstrated my. I'm just saying this because it's vaguely relevant. I demonstrated my incredible knowledge of various working parts of the company today I work for by saying I know exactly how much our spot hire increases, our spot hire costs have gone up from last week to this week.
Really?
Getting it exactly right to the penny. I was like, yep, I'm expecting it to have gone up by blah, blah, blah. It'll be in this column. It'll be right there. You'll see those numbers. There'll be a difference of this much. And there only bloody was a difference of exactly that much, exactly where I said.
Well done.
That's how well I know my stuff.
Who was it to that you did this?
It was to it's to our new management accountant person.
Oh, lovely.
I was showing him how we update our weekly figures, basically, that where it all comes from. And it's good to be honest. In fact, it's him that I did the pie swap with.
Oh.
And I only met him today, technically, because the first time we were in the office together was yesterday. No one introduced us. So I had to do it myself today.
That was good of you.
Well, it'd be awkward if I was like showing you this and then didn't tell him who I was. It was a little bit awkward, though, because I went to the toilet just before going to introduce myself. And my hands hadn't dried quite properly. So they were ever so slightly moist.
Did you shake hands?
We shook hands.
Why did you shake? I wouldn't have shaken hands.
He put his hand out and I just instinct.
Well, I suppose you have to, don't you, really, at that point?
I can't be like, sorry, my hands are wet. Because he's like,
Sorry, my hands are moist.
I've just been to the bathroom. That's why my hands are wet.
They're covered in piss. Do excuse me for a moment while I...
Don't sniff them, and whatever you do, don't lick them.
Well, that's a recommendation, not a rule, by all means. Have a crack.
Yeah, go to town if you fancy it.
Yeah.
But no, he seems a nice enough fella. So.
Well, that's all you can really hope for, isn't it?
Yeah. We had a little laugh.
Sure you'll get on like a house on fire.
Quickly?
Well, you'll...
Increase in size every 30 seconds?
Yeah. Dead children everywhere. That was dark.
They'd have to do it in 2 takes because of the camera breaking.
What?
I was watching a video and I can't remember what it was, and I was thinking about making this a Connections fan, but I won't. It was about 10 times where a movie scene being filmed either broke a camera or or there was a broken camera involved in it.
Mm.
And one of them, well, I mean, 4 of them were bloody Christopher Nolan breaking IMAX cameras. At one point, it was the first film to be shot entirely in IMAX, and there were only 4 cameras like that in the world at the time, and he broke one.
Oh dear.
Which is like, of course he did. But no, there was one of them. It was they had to film a house burning down, and they did it in like a continuous 6-minute shot, and it completely burnt down. But the camera broke, and they couldn't get the footage off it.
Oh no!
Like, it was basically useless to them. So they had to rebuild the fucking house so they could burn it down again, because they actually burnt it down.
I bet the production company, I bet the studio was happy with that, weren't they?
No, I bet it was like an 70s, 80s film or something. So the money meant more back then. But no, and A Clockwork Orange again. Actually, funny enough, they broke a camera in that. Can you have a guess which incident caused that to happen?
I didn't. I can't remember his name. Malcolm McDowell hit it accidentally with his cane or something.
Nope.
What was it?
So, do you recall towards the end of the film, Alex jumps out the window in an attempt to kill himself because he's going to be sick.
And
there's a point after the jump where it changes to like a first-person perspective.
Vaguely.
During that, they had cushioned most of the camera, but the shot they needed had it landing lens down, like for the perspective of him splatting on the ground. And because of how it landed, it broke the camera. Well, the camera lens, at least. There was another one from one of the Blade films, I think it was, of Jessica Biel, I think it is, or something like that. I've probably got that wrong. But she fired an arrow directly into the camera.
Oh dear, that's a bit of
from like 50 feet away or something. Like, she was meant to fire it towards the camera, and it just happened to hit the exact spot where the camera wasn't protected. Because they had protected it, but it not that one small section, because it would ruin the shot.
Yeah.
And she took it straight through the camera, which is a fucking badass thing to do. Really, when you think about it. You don't want to be paparazzi pestering her, do you?
Well, not if she's got a bow and arrow.
Or a crossbow.
Or a crossbow.
Or a ruler and a pencil and some rubber bands.
Yeah.
Which, in my experience, can be used to make a rudimentary crossbow. Have you ever made a rudimentary crossbow out of such things?
I've never even made a mentary crossbow.
Oh. I did, and I fired it, and it hit someone in the chest. And we had a good old giggle about it.
All right.
Years and years ago now. Oh, that's the point. When I was talking to Matey from work, the new guy.
Yeah.
There's 2 people that are relatively new to the office. It's him and then someone else who I don't think I met until late last week.
Yeah.
And both yesterday and today, one asked me yesterday, one asked me today, how long I've been there. And when I told him,
did you say
today,
too long?
when I said to him today, 11 years, because that's what it is, his reaction was his jaw dropping. Like properly dropped. His jaw dropped.
Oh my god! Is that a wake up call or something?
Well, I mean, it is a third of my life. It's more than a third.
That's. Well, look, if you're happy there.
When the sign, well, that's what we were saying. It's like
I
was talking to the other person, there are days where sometimes I feel like maybe I should move on, but also there's days where it's the easiest thing in the world and it's the best thing in the world and the money's great and all that kind of crap. So it's.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a compromise, isn't it? Sometimes.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'm very happy where I am. I can quite happily stay where I am. I have considered when my team leader retires.
Oh yeah.
Maybe going for her role. Problem is, I work 4 days a week, at present, and that would be 5. And there's lots of extra commitments to go along with that, and I'm not sure my heart's in it for that
I'm not
for that
sure
stuff. I mean,
you.
I could do the job. Put it that. I'm certain of the fact I could do the job. It's an easy team to manage. Um,
It'd be even easier if you're not in it.
well, I mean, I can manage myself. That's a very mean thing to say.
Well, it's one less person, isn't it? It's easier to manage a handful of people than it is than a handful of one.
Hmm.
Is it or is it not? You're going to be all upset about this now for the rest of the night.
No, I'm not. I'm just a bit bored by you.
And yet you'll still come crawling back like the peasant you are.
Oh, fuck you. No, I won't.
More? For Ben wants more?
Mm.
Have you been watching my videos, Ben?
Oh, for fuck's sake, you put so many. I'm waiting until I'm ill.
No. I'm not. I'm not saying, oh, you've got to do it. I asked you, have you been watching them?
I've watched a few, yeah.
Okay, cool. That's fair enough. Not many people have, but I've not really advertised.
Well, there's so many, man.
There are, and that's fine.
Would you like some constructive criticism?
Oh, be more interesting.
No, I think conceptually, I think the reason why I get views is because it's what I do is kind of unique.
Yeah, I mean, what I do probably isn't all that unique.
You're essentially just a Let's Player.
Yeah, but I'm a Let's Player on that talks about the real world thing, so that's something to consider. If viewer you are interested.
Yes, you should watch them. Yeah.
You've had a few mentions actually in later videos.
Do I really?
I've done a few shout outs to you. So
well, I shall have to watch for the Easter eggs then, shall I?
You will. You'll absolutely have to comment on every single one of the Easter eggs.
You say that, but you got a shout out in my latest video as well.
Yes, I read the script to that one.
Yeah, you did. Now you feel like you don't have to watch it, so I'm not fucking getting you
to be fair,
read the script for this one.
Good, that's fine. I'll be able to actually enjoy it as fresh content rather than rehashing something. I could just find the conversation where you sent me the script and read it again.
There were changes, and it's sort of like reading a script to a film. You sort of don't really get the same effect. I mean, the reason why I showed you that script is because I was concerned that my main point wasn't really coming across.
You mean like the love wedge?
Well, not the love wedge, but the trauma.
That is a wonderful phrase, isn't it?
The trauma. All right, don't blow your own horn.
I can't reach, mate.
The
too many ribs in the way. Hang on, I've got someone knocking at my door. Una momento.
Oh, great.
Yes, boy. Are you off to bed?
Oh, I thought it was somebody knocking at his actual door. I thought we were going to hear.
I need to vacate for a moment.
That's all right. I'll keep them entertained.
No, you can try.
Yeah, I thought we were going to hear a home invasion there for a second, viewer/listener. Which who knows? Maybe we could have gotten a TikTok out of it. I don't know. But yeah, but my latest video has been doing all right. And I'm going to do the script for the next one this weekend. So hopefully I'll get that done good and proper. Yeah, I mean, this is going to shape up to be a long one, but I hope it's worth it. It's all about the Emmerdale plane crash in 1993, tail end of 93, mind. It's really very interesting, and I've got a lot to say on it. And it's about a soap I've not talked about before, so hopefully that will bring in some viewers and some new subscribers, which is always nice. Don't know why Jordan's had to leave. I don't know. Maybe he's cleaning something up. He's probably doing a better job than I am, quite frankly. I don't really like cleaning properly in this. I sort of like just dumping things in the furnace. I don't take it too seriously. It's just a mindless, monotonous task to do to stave away the boredom while I'm having a chat. Or not having a chat, as the case may be. He's probably going to be gone for several hours, isn't he? I don't think we're even supposed to burn these. I think this is a mistake. I'm not sure I can even get it in. Where's that gun? I carelessly tossed it somewhere. I can't remember where. And he's not going to be asked to put it back, is he? Yeah, that's not going in. Was it down here? I think it might have been down here. The annoying thing is, I kind of need the toilet. Are you here?
Yeah.
How long have you been here?
Roundabout. It's something that I've not talked about before.
You know, I thought I heard movement. Well, how kind of my dear friend to be a twat.
I found a gun. Where are you?
Well, I'm in the tunnels now, and of course I've gotten lost. This chap has been through the wars. Right, I'm going to return the favour now because I want the toilet.
All right.
Back in a bit.
Bye. So no doubt he was talking about something really boring because Ben, and he's not the charismatic one of the two of us. But he's probably not going to listen to this unless he's still actually there and he's not gone to the toilet. And it was all a cunning ruse, so I can tell you how I really feel. Ooh. But I'll tell you how I really feel. I'm very tired, like constantly tired. Like I wake up tired in the mornings. I go to bed and I'm tired, and like I suppose that last one's quite normal, really. But I'm just constantly tired. Depressing. Maybe it's depression. Could well be. But it's just tiring. Being tired, as I'm sure probably makes quite a lot of sense. Yeah. Oh well. I've had songs stuck in my head quite a bit lately as well, which is not helpful. Keep getting different songs stuck in my head. So, for example, yesterday I had December 1963 brackets "Oh What a Night" by Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. I'm sure you're familiar with it, so I shan't sing it. Also have "Went Back Down" by Tom Petty, which I really quite like. So they're decent songs at least. That's something, but yeah, it's just a bit annoying. Having a song stuck in your head is generally considered to be a frustrating thing, isn't it? So good luck getting that song out of your head that you got in yours, because I'm gonna level with you. You're screwed. What's going on here? Oh, I gotta fuck about with this.
Right, I'm back. Hello?
Welcome back.
Oh, were you entertaining our listeners?
Absolutely, of course I was.
I doubt it.
I was.
What did you talk about?
You and me
Together?
and our secret love life that no one's meant to know about. And of course, I mean, you could just listen back to it, but I did say that you wouldn't, so it'd be best if you didn't.
I will.
No, of course you will. You just to show me up, honestly. No, and I was talking about how I feel at the moment, how I am, and how I really feel.
Some music playing.
There is. Where's that come from? What have you done, Ben?
I didn't do anything. I came back and it was playing. He put it on. Fucking hell. He's. What did your child want?
He wanted me to get the book off the shelf for him.
Where is the thing?
Where's the what thing?
Fuck off and burn, you.
Oh, you found it then?
Yeah.
I tried to wedge it somewhere it might not necessarily be that easy to find, but you
well,
quite quick.
I think the problem with that is you put it somewhere I was guaranteed to go.
Well, I wanted you to actually hear it.
Oh, right.
Like, if I put it... It was quite faint where I am now, just before you turned it off, so... Well, I'm assuming before you set it on fire. Before it's experienced a warm embrace of death.
Yeah,
usually... How long have we been going?
Let me check. Let me do that. and then I'll do
Because I know we
this.
started. We started not every.
An
2
hour
minutes.
and 3 minutes.
An hour and 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've clocked out already, so feel free whenever.
Okay.
This is
Well,
overtime now.
I mean, well, I'll wait a little while because frankly we've probably been going for about 50 minutes,
Yeah,
55 minutes, something like that.
Oh, did you start recording before we were both in the game?
Yeah.
I mean that makes perfect sense. It did take me a while to load in, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, bloody thing.
Well,
Ooh, what are we gonna do?
I would like to end tonight with another call for some action, which is a bit pathetic, but please, it would be nice if you commented and engaged with us a little bit. We get awfully lonely.
Really would. I mean, just I don't know anything really.
I mean,
Would
I'm
be
sort of
nice.
I'm sort of spoiled because I get comments on my other channel. So
Well, I get comments on my Reddit stuff.
well, there you go. I mean, we both get it from somewhere, but it would be nice to have that here. I'm almost
How many
tempted
people you
to.
got following you on there now?
1,671, I think, thereabouts.
It's not bad. Not bad at all.
Um,
Because I would say that your followers mean a lot more than my followers. In terms of
well,
your
probably.
YouTube stuff I'd say the ratio of, how can I put it? 1,000 people on YouTube is not 1,000 people on Reddit.
Well, we've had this discussion before about the exchange
Yeah.
rate of social media likes.
Yeah. So
What did we decide was like the most valuable?
Can't remember.
Facebook, maybe Twitter,
No.
perhaps.
No,
Maybe.
because I don't think a like really means anything anymore.
Well, no, not really.
Like a like and a retweet and a share and all that kind of shit.
If it ever did, but
No,
yeah.
no.
I mean, maybe I should.
But when it comes to social media platforms and follows or subscribes or whatever, for the free stuff, I would say that something like YouTube is probably one of the more valuable.
Yeah. Should I actually like tell my other channel about this channel?
Do you think that there is any crossover between them?
Well, I mean, there was no real crossover. I mean, it's just a general sort of let's play talky thing, isn't it? I mean, it's not.
It is. But have you ever in any way said anything bad about your followers?
Well, I talked about the racist ones, and
Oh.
I get annoyed about the. Well, I think that's right. I don't think anybody's going to complain because I, pointed out a few racist comments one or two people made. I don't think anybody's going to get too annoyed with the fact that I get a little bit frustrated about people thinking I was getting Den and Angie's name wrong, even though kind of that. I mean, I should have really quoted it, but I think that's reasonable. I mean, I think very well of my followers.
I think very low of mine, but that's because mine are dirty, dirty perverts.
Well, yeah. I mean,
not on YouTube, just to be clear.
I mean, I swear.
My followers on YouTube are us.
Yes. Well,
So
okay. Well, 50% of them are dirty, dirty perverts in that case.
Well, actually, technically speaking, a third of them, because one of them is you by yourself, and another one is us shared. So technically speaking, you're there twice, and I'm counting you as two.
Or two.
And so it's not because of your size. Before you get offended.
Well, no, in that I'm not getting offended. I'm just questioning your maths. If one of them is me, one of them is you, and then the other one is the site, which is both of us. That's 4 people.
No. I'm not following me.
Okay.
It's 3 people.
Oh, right. Okay.
We are following us, like me and you and Ben.
Oh, right. Me again. Okay, fair enough. But yeah,
2 out of 3 ain't bad. Meatloaf said so.
Well, look. I mean, you're probably just going to say, "Oh, I don't know. It's up to you, really." But would you say? What do you think of me sharing this with my?
Go for it. Do whatever. I'm easy. You know that. Why would I have an issue with it? If it means we might just maybe, at some point, get someone who seems to give a shit about what we're doing.
Kind of pathetic, really, isn't it?
I mean, it is a little bit.
Look, I started this because I wanted to have a video record of our time together.
No. I mean, yeah, and
I like making videos.
I mean, I didn't realise you liked me that much. But
well,
hey, get married.
One day you will be dead.
Yes, but not until you are, because I'm going to make sure that I kill you before I die. If I'm dying of cancer or whatever, which is like realistically, it's going to be something stupid like that that kills me. Not that cancer is in itself stupid or a stupid way to go, but you know what I mean. It'll be something like that.
Mm.
I will make sure I will find a way to make a wish to let me kill you. I know I'm not. I know I'm not a child, and I'm pretty sure I'm past the threshold for make a wish. But I will find a way.
Also, I'm pretty sure they don't kill people.
Oh, that's what they want you to think.
Well, I think you're spiteful enough to try, but I'm spiteful
My
enough.
good old friend from back in the school days has he said that he would die after me, and I'm on my last legs now, so we need to do something about that.
Well,
Jim would have done it.
you know what? Maybe I will share that. I think I will. I mean, I can't really think of anything. I don't badmouth my what?
Sorry, I picked up one of these little USB stick things,
Yeah,
and it says "Prisoner 404 not found."
lol.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I literally chuckled.
Well,
I had a hask.
yes, you did. Well, I mean, for the record, just in case anybody, goes back to prior videos and finds me, complaining about a comment or something, um, or saying how so many of my viewers are boomers who just want to relive the good old days, which is,
Well, I mean, to be fair, we all want to relive the good old days. It's just
yeah.
that we disagree on when the good old days were and what what happened in them.
Well, yeah, I mean, take it from me, I'm very, very grateful that people watch my stuff and like it, for whatever reason. I know I've got that core group of fans who watch it for the same reason I make it, really, and I've got other fans who watch it for other reasons. So yeah, or I get death threats.
I mean, technically, we would get death threats.
Or no, I'd get death threats because they'd come through to the other channel. But yeah, all right, fuck it, I'll do it. I'll do it probably tomorrow.
Alrighty.
Why the hell not?
Cool. Well, if any major death threats happen, I won't be about most of tomorrow.
All right, I'll keep you
So
posted.
good luck dealing with them by yourself.
I'll keep you. I won't. When I won't deal with them, I'll just sort of let them live.
Well,
Just ignore
them.
that.
Kill them.
Well, you just ignore them. I'll tell you. Well, I mean, it's easier said than done in a lot of instances, but yeah.
I'll never forget the time I got called a race traitor on Twitter because I'm not
an
Islamophobic person.
I was on Twitter for I think it was like the first night I joined Twitter, and I tweeted, what was it? Immigration is the lifeblood of great nations, and somebody sent me a direct message saying, "Hang yourself, N-word."
But you wouldn't do that because you'd get an awkward erection.
No.
No, sorry, I mixed us up then.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's easy.
No, Jordan, you're the one who would get an awkward erection if they were hanged. I would be the one getting an awkward erection if I was watching you get hanged. That's the difference between us.
Yeah. One of the lads said the other day that you often get an erection when you're hung. I was like, I think you mean hanged. But, yes, probably. So just a little thing I remember. I was talking business with some of them last night. In fact, they were helping me with business last night, technically.
Were they?
Yes, I asked them to name some adult content creators, and boy, did they deliver. Who knew that a bunch of late 20s, early 30s blokes could possibly be such perverts and know so many adult content creators? They were giving me names even I hadn't heard of.
How's the femboy coming along, as the actress said to the bishop?
Oh, don't get me started. Trouble.
You and your femboys, what are you like? What are we going to do with you, eh?
Well, whatever you do, don't spank me. No, the trouble with this particular person is that they seem very enthusiastic, right? But then they seem very not enthusiastic, and they're questioning a lot of stuff. And they're like, at this stage, all I've done is work with one picture with them, right? They didn't want me to share their page because it's not quite ready yet, so I've not done that. It makes me feel a little bit nervous, but I'm confident from the information I've had that it's a legit situation, and they're just a bit getting into the swing of it first. And I was like, "Oh, what sort of pictures would you like?" And well, here's a few suggestions, maybe like a little wish list thing. And they winded me up with all these sorts of questions.
Well,
I can't go into them because of the nature of the topic, right? We'll get demonetized even more. We'll have to pay YouTube. But it's just frustrating. I mean,
well,
someone else earlier messaged me, literally like just before I got out of work, so I replied, and that's who I was like. I've been cornered by potential models because I had them asking me questions. I had this other person asking me questions. The other one, they're wanting to promote their OnlyFans, and that's perfectly fine. I can do that. That's kind of a whole deal. It's like I don't want to have to pay them, and they don't have to pay me.
yeah.
And what happens is they give me content, and I give them advertising, right?
Mm.
It works. It as a loose business model for someone who's not making a lot of money either ends. Because I'm not making a lot of money. They're not going to be making a lot of money to start off with if they're starting out. It's a simple way, isn't it? You do favors for each other. Jobs are good. And
A helping
they went into it.
hand, as it
A
were.
helping hand. Yes, absolutely. And that's fine. But they were like, they asked if they could see a catalogue of, like, not a catalogue, like examples of my work. But they'd messaged me to my private profile, which is where it all gets posted. Well, it doesn't get posted from my private profile, but they had commented on my model requests or model advert thing, which is on my subreddit, which is where all the stuff that I post goes. So clearly they've just not looked right. So I said, look, you can find it all here. And then I asked how they found me, because, you know, if they haven't seen that, then it's a bit suspicious, really, that they're messaging me at all. And they were talking about how their husband suggested me that they have a word with me.
Oof.
So I was like, oh well, he's a fan then, or at the very least heard of me. Which is, you know, I was sort of trying to channel my inner Captain Jack Sparrow a little bit when I messaged him, but I haven't had a response, so it wasn't that funny, clearly.
No.
Or maybe they just don't like the stuff that I do, and that's fine. But you know, it's like they got to that point. They had all that time to look at all that before they messaged me.
Maybe you should have like a show reel or a portfolio of your best bits that sort of display a wide array of your skill in a way that isn't like just here's everything. Look at my back
Well, no, because
catalogue.
I do categorize it as well.
Well,
so I did say if there's anything in particular that you're looking to try and create, maybe search for that. But I mean, there's a certain demographic that I'm targeted towards. Generally, sad, pathetic men that like women to be in charge, right? Because it turns out there's a lot of those bastards, and they're quite horny a lot of the time. Can't imagine why. But you know, it's just that picture that I did with that femboy. Not that I took the picture or was in it. Just to be clear, they were tracking how well it had done. I'm like, you just need to, you know, not well how well it had done in terms of how much karma it had got. It's like, well, you need to like think less about that because it's not necessarily about that. You know, because the thing is that particular picture, the stats are misleading. If I find it now, just on my phone, I'm not gonna send you it or anything. If I
good.
Where is it? When did I post it? I posted quite a few yesterday because I was trying to get my karma up because I was so close to 50,000, right? And I wanted to 435 karma on that post that I'd sent with that I did with them.
That's
in that picture.
good. How many remind me how many followers you have?
The followers I have is give me a minute because I didn't. That's on a different subreddit. I posted it on a separate one that's more catered to a specific theme that was.
Oh right.
So 435 on there, but that 435 karma is a result of 57,000 people seeing it.
Jeez Louise.
What really matters is the exposure, not the reaction, right?
Yeah.
The whole point is to get their face out there, not to get them, not for me to get karma.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, most people who watch my videos will not like them.
No.
In the sense that they will not hit.
They will not.
They will not smash that like button.
No. Or
they may like them. You know, they may enjoy them.
I know exactly what you mean.
But they won't like. They won't comment. They won't. They may not even. They likely won't even subscribe.
They won't engage with it.
No, that's that's the best way of putting it. You know, exactly. That is the done way. The way you supposed. That is the right term. What I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like I said to him, you need to stop thinking about the karma because the karma is mostly irrelevant. What I don't want people to give me karma. I want it to encourage people to maybe ask for requests. Yes. So then I can make some money. And I don't want to make millions out of this. It's not going to happen, right?
No.
Maybe if I started before the pandemic, I could have a little proper porn empire going on. But I don't think So it's not realistic. One of the lads last night was like, "Oh, well, you never know what could happen if you committed like 6 months of your life to it and saw how it was going. Maybe you'd find that actually you could maybe make a living wage out of it." It's like I'm not going to make a living wage out of writing words.
I don't think you'll make a living wage, but if you committed to it, you could make a decent sum of
Well,
money.
in the last 3 weeks, I've
If you
made.
could draw, you'd be
If I
raking
could
it
draw,
in.
absolutely, yes, I
I
absolutely
mean,
could.
that's where the
But
money is.
sadly, I can't. I did have a look at DeviantArt to see if there was anything there that I could
See,
pilfer and
yeah,
credit and
see if there was any deviant art.
absolutely. But I mean, in the last 2 weeks, or give or take, I've made 70 quid, right? Which isn't it's good money for for the amount of time it takes. Like someone asked me to make something, I genuinely say it's going to take 5 minutes per thing. And if they ask for 5, I say it'll take half an hour. I know that's not 5 minutes per thing, but I say it'll be about half hour.
Mm.
So it doesn't take a massive amount of time, and that's a fiver in a half hour, right?
Yeah.
Now a fiver in a half hour is not a living wage.
Mm.
But obviously I know that I'm also undercutting a lot of the people that do this sort of thing. I charge less than that Canadian one that I sent you details for, you know.
Yeah.
So I could make more money, but I don't want to rip people off.
The toilet in this wall.
Yeah, you got.
Do you want to
You
call
asked
it?
how many?
Sorry, yeah, say that and then we'll call it.
14,359. That was the exact moment in time.
That's all right. So let's activate. I don't
Oh,
care.
goodness.
I've got the union.
Yeah, I've got the union.
We failed. What a
I'm
surprise!
surprised. We are appalling.
So
Company
is
got shut down?
Is this box gonna follow us now?
Yes, with all the stuff in it.
All right.
If you want to stop having the stuff in it, the box has always been following us. We could always put stuff in it.
Mm.
It's just that we didn't ever.
Who's Johnny Rico? That makes. Is that the chap from? Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Is it Starship Troopers?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a reference. There's lots of. One of the things I like about this game is that there's an awful lot of references I like. Right. You ready to call it?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Right. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah. Give us a comment. You know.
Oh, please do.
Throw something our way.
Or else I'll be forced to do something dramatic, like I don't know, murder Ben.
If you ask us questions, we will definitely answer them in the video.
In the next available video.
Yeah, not the next available video.
No, like next available is such a vague phrase.
In the one, not
The next time we can
next
answer
Thursday.
it, we will answer it.
You know,
But
if
I'm
you
gonna turn the
comment,
music off because it's quite loud, isn't it?
yeah, if you comment on a video, we'll answer it. No, God, we're so shit at this. We'll answer the questions next Thursday. You probably won't, but please,
just engage
please,
with us, please. I want to be engaged.
I just want you to love me. Bye.
Ben, no, Ben, wait. I love you.
I like you.
Liar.
Oh well, fuck you
Wait,
then.
you wish.
Hmm.
Bye.
Bye.